Now that's a freaky ghoul. The Nutcracker. Oh my god, dude. What the fuck? And then, just like, a ghoul is called the Nutcracker. It's a female, as we saw. And supposedly what describes this ghoul, the reason why I got this name, was because this female cracks dudes' nuts and then slurps them up like a paste. The fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Just like, whoa! Okay. That's officially one of the probably scariest ghouls in the series. Just that ghoul beats everybody. That ghoul scares the shit out of me. The Nutcracker. Holy fuck. Anyways. Besides the Nutcracker, which I have no idea who possibly it could be, because at the moment I'm just not really looking forward to probably finding out who's fucking cracking nuts! Let's talk about the chapter. Okay, so this chapter of Tokyo Ghoul has a title drop at the end. Shocking. That foreshadowing. So supposedly, the cafe that Kaneki, Mizuki, and Shirazu just entered has Touka and Renji. Now, that face on Renji at the end, like, his face was like the oh shit face. When I saw Renji's face at the end of this chapter, he was more shocked it seemed than Touka. Like, it doesn't even seem like Touka even recognizes Kaneki at all. She was just putting on a face, you know, delivering coffee, like, what would you like to have today? But you saw Renji, and he's like, oh shit. That's the face he was giving when you saw Kaneki walk into the cafe. So, maybe Touka and Renji know that it's Kaneki? Or it's only, you know, Renji. But either way, that ending had a title drop. Like I said, the cafe is called Rei. Tokyo Ghoul Rei? Rei? That's interesting. Very interesting. I wonder exactly what the meaning of the cafe is. I really, really want to know what Rei stands for. And also, you want to know what's interesting I just realized about? Anteiku, okay? The cafe. Anteiku, pretty much. Remember we found out about the ending, like, at the ending of Tokyo Ghoul Part 1, we found out, like, the meaning of Anteiku? That cafe name, having correlation with the title, and Rei, probably has some form of very dark meaning. Probably some foreshadowing, because this title of this, you know, cafe, since it's reference to the title, it also references to the original Anteiku cafe, since we found out the meaning later on in the series towards the end. And so that's really cool. I like how Ishida is adding in that slightly correlations between the original cafe. And now I'm really interested to find out exactly what Rei stands for. I really, really am interested to find out exactly what it is. But anyways, I'm probably not going to get my answers yet. Touka is officially back, and my theories I had last week in my last chapter review of Tokyo Ghoul Rei, I was correct. So the Black Rabbit was Ayato. It was definitely Ayato, because he took off the mask in this chapter, we clearly saw him take it off, and so it's obvious that it is him. And supposedly Torso has made his way towards, you know, Ogiri Tree to seek refuge, since everybody knows his face now. Now this is where I'm going to lead into the other discussion I want to talk about. So, as we know, Hinami is a part of Ogiri Tree. It's obvious. She was with Ayato at the end of Part 1 of Tokyo Ghoul. And we do know it was Hinami that walked into the taxi to talk to Torso. And since Torso has a connection with Ogiri Tree, it's obvious now that it was Hinami. But it's not just that. We find out exactly what was in that USB device that Hinami got. And also what, you know, Torso was given to her and stuff like that. Supposedly Torso was recording conversations in the taxi. I'm guessing everybody that walked in the taxi, he would record conversations. And I'm guessing that USB device, the USB had a conversation recording on it that was very vital to Ogiri Tree. Most likely something to do with the investigators. Maybe where Kaneki's location has something to do with Eto. I mean, there's probably some really important information on that, and I knew for a fact that was going to play a vital plot point role in the upcoming arc, and so seeing how it was revealed that it was a conversation, now we know exactly what was on that USB, what conversation was on it, like whose side, like what were they trying to find. Of course they were trying to find some information someone else didn't want to be found out, but I mean, who's stupid enough to actually reveal information in a taxi? I mean, taxi drivers, I guess, learn a lot of information when they have to carry around so many people, which is kind of obvious. But still, who is stupid enough to give out top secret information that's probably vital to Ogiri Tree? Unless it's to a location of maybe another ghoul. Overall, very interesting. That was one major setup point of this chapter. Now, besides that, you get Ure. Ure actually gives us a lot of information in this chapter. Like, he has a little bit of background building up. Like, he has a lot of animosity. Oh, God. His animosity, his rage and malice he has, kind of, is building up. And it seems like he has, like, some form of rage towards ghouls also. So, yeah. He's definitely going to try to turn his Kagune towards Kaneki. Eventually. I definitely see that coming. I definitely do. Because with this chapter, there's multiple things being set up. Ure got a little bit of development, but we found out more about his overall personality once again. But it's not just that. He's wanting to make himself stronger. He's clearly wanting to make himself stronger for he can be on par with his, commander, his squad leader. For instance, Kaneki. The thing is, though, we found out he can get stronger. But to get stronger, he has to kind of like lose more of his human side. Because we actually find out the specifics of what happens with these surgeries that these new half-ghouls have gotten. Like, supposedly this new surgery, once again, it implants the Kakuhou inside of human beings. It's based off the original surgery that was done to Kaneki, and so once again, if anyone did not believe that Sasaki was Kaneki, it was pretty much fucking just given to us. Like, you have it to where Sasaki's entire, like, half-ghoul mode was based off of, like, him into this new surgery towards these new half-ghouls. So, it's obvious it's Kaneki. If no one believed it now, it's definitely obvious now with that entire dialogue bubble. So, anyways, back on track. We find out the specifics about this new surgery. Supposedly, the Kakuhou, or the Kagune pretty much, is coated in Quinky steel. It's coated in Quinky steel, but it's not put in like a box, or, like a freaking holder, like a case. It's just coated in Quinky steel, it's implanted inside the human, and I'm guessing whatever this Quinky steel is for, it kind of suppresses, like, the ghoul-type characteristics, like maybe you need to eat human meat. That most likely is what it does, or it might suppress the RC cells, I don't know exactly. I don't know if it was explained before, I don't know. So, if I've forgotten, I'm sorry. But anyways, pretty much, we find out how the actual surgery is done, and we find out about these different frames, or different levels to their new Quinkies. And supposedly, from what we find out, is that there's 5 levels. Currently, all half-ghouls, all the current new half-ghouls that are working with Sasaki or Kaneki, are at 40% of their maximum potential. Now, that is a good thing and a bad thing. Because I'm guessing this limiter that is at frame 2 at the moment for all half-ghouls besides, I'm guessing, Kaneki, since she's already technically a ghoul, I'm guessing if they go through the frames to the 5th level, they will become an actual real ghoul, like Kaneki. So, Ure wanting to raise the levels might turn him into an actual real ghoul. And as we know, the half-ghouls, these new half-ghouls, they can eat regular food. They're fine. But if they go through the frames and try to increase their Kakuhou output and their strength, they most likely, this is me theory crafting, they will actually turn into official ghouls. Official half-ghouls, not just, like quarter ghouls. That's my theory crafting right there. So, Ure wanting to raise the level and get stronger is probably going to lead him into turning probably into a villain or wanting to devour human meat, stuff like that. So, interesting. Now, I saw a lot of Chibits last week mentioning on my theory about, like, what is Kaneki eating? Since we now know it's Kaneki and he's an official ghoul, what is he eating? Because I said that last week. And now, a bunch of Chibits actually discussed a lot of things about that last week, and they said that most likely they're feeding Kaneki what they feed the prisoners at the jail. Most likely, they're feeding him suppressed, like RC cells suppressant type human meat or ghoul meat. And pretty much that one chapter a while back, I think it was chapter 3 or 4. Chapter 3 or 4, we saw Kaneki look very drugged. He was very drugged looking when he went into the prison to talk to a ghoul. And I think it's because of that. He's eating ghoul suppressant meat, like RC cell repressants. And I talked about that actually in my review, so it kind of makes sense now. But it's not just that. If they are feeding him ghouls they capture, some Chibits stated that most likely they're trying to get Kaneki to where he's a full Kakuja. Instead of it's half Kakuja, they're trying to make it to where he gets stronger and gets a full Kakuja. But we all know that Kaneki was getting crazier by his Kakuja. It was pretty much confirmed. Since he had a half ghoul, like half Kakuja, it was making him crazy. I'm guessing they're trying to fix his craziness if they make him go full Kakuja. I mean, it was never dived into. Ashina never really dived into that a lot, because we do know the Kakuja was making him crazier, but it was never dived into why. So maybe Ashida is going to explain that very soon, because, I mean, that's one thing that needs to be explained. What is Kaneki currently eating? Now, that's pretty much the chapter in a nutshell, or nutcracker shell, whatever you want to call it. Oh, God. That pun, man. Holy shit. So, anyways, you all have a wonderful day or night. Amazing chapter. Gonna give this chapter a 9.5 out of 10. Fucking badass. Oh, shit. I love Tokyo Ghoul. So tell me your thoughts. You all have a wonderful day or not, wherever you live. Please be safe, and Chibi out.